Good morning, mathematicians of my life. Today we are gonna keep going with our conversation about decimals, and this time we are gonna add decimals. Adding decimals is not very different from adding numbers in the whole world, okay? The decimals, they are in a different world. Yes, they are. They are in the upside down world. They can't pass the gate, they can't pass the decimal point. But the behavior is very different because the whole world, the whole number world, and the decimals world, they both exist inside a place value. So they are going to behave in the same way. We just need to keep in mind and always remember the decimal point does not move. The Walking Dead can appear here. The decimal point is not moving. Okay. There are of course more than two strategies, but I'm gonna show you two strategies today. For me, the vertical strategy is the easier one because it is the easier one to visualize where is the right place of the decimal point. So the moment that I put my numbers on the vertical and I organize them on the vertical, it is easier to see that this decimal point needs to be in the same direction of this decimal point. It is the same gate. You need to be careful to not do this though. Be careful, okay? Decimal point goes under decimal point. So it is 2 wholes and 48 hundredths. It is 12 wholes and 7 tenths. So the 12 comes in the whole world. The decimal point is under the decimal point. And the 7 tenths is under the 4 tenths. And this is never going to change, okay? And we can start our addition. That's why I really think the vertical method is the easier one. Because you simply organize the number, one on top of the other, decimal point under decimal point, and you just add. Teacher, there is a blank space here. There isn't a blank space here. When we have 48 hundredths, because this is a hundredth, remember the place value. Oh, here we have ones. As we have 12, we even have tenths. Then we have the decimal point over here. We have tenths and we have hundredths. 7 tenths is the same thing as 70 hundredths, equivalent decimals, remember? 7 groups of 10 is 70. So I can simply come and put my 0 here because 7 tenths is the same thing as 70 hundredths. And then I only add 8 plus 0, 8. 7 plus 4. 7 plus 3 is 10. So 7 plus 4 is 11. I can't write 11 here, even because I found 118. 118 is more than 100. So it's time for this number to go to the whole number. So I can't write 11 here. I have to do this. 2 plus 1 plus 2, 5. And the same thing here. There is nothing here. No, you can put a 0 here. It's okay. If you like to fill in all your vertical methods, you can put the zeros there. It is okay. And then the decimal point is here, here, so it is going to be here. Something very, very, very important that we always need to pay attention. My number, here I have a tenth, and here I have tenth and hundredth. The further that this number goes is on the hundredths. So my answer is going to have hundredths. There is no way that in an addition I find, for example, this. I am not gonna find 3 numbers on the decimals if I had 2 over here. If I had 2 decimals and 1 decimal over here, houses, right? If I have hundredths here, there is no way I go further. My number can't go further than what I had. So if you add a number with hundredths and you found like 3 numbers in the decimals, there is something wrong. Stop and check your answers, okay? Another strategy that you could use, let's keep these results to check if the strategy is going to work, right? You can break the number that you have. You can break and you can add first the whole numbers and then the decimal numbers. It can be done, but personally, I think the chances that you get distracted and commit a mistake is greater than the other strategy, but it can be done. So for example, 2 wholes and 48 hundredths. I can work like 2 and 48 decimals, 48 hundredths. 12 and 7 tenths. I can do this and 12, and then I add. It can be done. It certainly can be done. So 8 plus 0, 8, 4 plus 7, 11, 1. The thing is, when I put these 2 numbers together, I have to be careful and organize the comma. Be careful with the decimal point. The decimal point of the 14 is here, right? This is the line of the decimal world. 14 is in the whole number, so the decimal point is here. Then I need to add. This is the moment that I need to be careful. It can be done, but you have to be careful. And then I bring it here. And it works, right? When we have strategies to solve the same thing, we know that the strategy works if we try 2 different strategies and we find the same number. So this strategy works. I just think this strategy is a little bit dangerous. If you are working with lots of numbers, maybe you get distracted and you forget the decimal point. And because of a silly thing, you make a mistake. I just think the vertical method is safer and even faster than this strategy. But it can be done and it works perfectly. Okay? So, I hope you have liked this video. Next time we are going to be subtracting decimals and you are going to see that it's also very smooth going. And don't forget, always believe in math. And don't forget to subscribe. See you, mathematicians!